Hey everybody, Miss Trish here for another Coffee Chronicles with another awesome guest. As I let you guys know before, I would be interviewing awesome women as much as I could find them. So today I'm blessed to have Sheena from the Remedy Zone. We're going to talk business. We're going to talk pandemic. We're going to talk more stuff. So get ready. Thank you for being on Coffee Chronicles, Sheena. How are you today?
Oh, I'm excellent. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, I'm happy that you're here. Like we were talking about before, definitely happy that you're here. So for those of you who don't know you, people who don't know you, who are you? What do you do? What's your business?
All right. Wow, that's like it's a mouthful, but
That's okay. We have
I love that. I love that. I could talk all night long. But
time.
so, like you said, my name is Sheena from the Remedy Zone. I am a registered nurse. I have been for I think this is my ninth year. No,
Wow.
this is my 11th year.
Beautiful.
Yeah, 11th year. I started out as a maternity nurse, and I've now progressed into the surgical world of things.
Go on, Sheena. Okay. That's what's up. Oh my God. Okay. Folks, I did not know that. So I'm a little bit shocked, but that's good. I love it. Okay.
But I guess I've always, well, not I guess, I know I've always had a calling to the natural side of things.
Yes.
And I believe that my nursing side has given me like that scientific base that I needed to understand how, natural remedies work, what
Work.
exactly our grandparents were doing when they were mixing
Right.
up this and mixing up that and rubbing us down.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Okay.
And I found a real common world between the two of them, able to combine them. And
Yes.
for me, I'm a very why person. So
Okay.
why are we doing this? Why is this happening? So
Right.
my experience with science has given me that background to understand, well, why would they give us peppermint tea? Why is
Mhm.
this
I like
gingerbread a
that.
good thing?
I like that.
Why did we do the things we do, and how is this helping, us holistically, right?
Right.
So I stumbled, stumbled across the idea of creating Remedy Zone when I realized that there was a lot of medical information there,
Hmm.
but we as a population or as a collective, we're not really aware of like how do we utilize these simple remedies that are available to us to
Absolutely.
help maintain good health, right?
Hmm.
And I always, for me, like using remedies were just like that,
Of
right?
course, like a one-time thing. Exactly. Yeah.
Right. And then I realized, like, after having conversations with other women, they're just like, "Where did you come up with this? How did you
Right.
know these
Right.
things?" And I'm like, "You don't know about this? You don't know these?" And
I love that. They're like, you don't know this? What do you mean?
yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah. And my friend was like, "Sheena, the rest of the world is not like you. We don't think the way you do. We don't
Right.
utilize remedies in the way that you do." And I just
Okay.
feel like you should share your gift with the world. I didn't see it as
So
a gift.
it
I
is a gift, girl. Yes. Yes.
I really saw it as like, oh, everybody knows about this. But here I am with this gift. I've combined my scientific world with my knowledge and experience with natural holistic remedies, put them together, and
Mhm.
created the Remedy Zone.
Good on you. Now, you said that you have a wide personality. I must ask, because a lot of us are into this. What is your zodiac sign?
Oh, I am all over the zodiac sign.
Oh,
I
me
have
too. Well, me too. We can talk about that later. That'll be another show. But what is your
so,
main zodiac sign?
so my sun sign is Sagittarius.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. All
yes,
right. You got, yeah, pretty curious. Pretty
yes.
curious.
Yeah,
Interesting.
my
Okay.
my moon sign is Pisces,
Hey, I'm a Pisces. My birthday's in 3 weeks. Okay, good.
and, and my rising is Cancer. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, us Pisces, we are very why this and why that. I'm like that when it comes to film, because film is my major, right? So every
Yes.
time I see something like even if it's something on Netflix or a little documentary, I'll be in my phone or I'll be on my tablet. Where was this filmed? Who is this person? What it's like, how did they do this? Because it's so complex. Both things that we do,
Yes.
yours is complex, mine is complex. So you want to know why and how did they come to this actual conclusion? So I
Right.
totally get that 100%. What was your first remedy that you created and you're like, yo, this is it right here? Like you pat yourself on the back. What was
Wow.
it? And tell us how you
I would
created that.
say my first remedy was um I really got on top of it when I started having my kids, because
Okay,
the last thing that you want as a parent is to hold guilt for
for
doing
sure.
the wrong thing or putting the wrong thing on
Right,
them or
right.
whatever. So I knew that, from my background in maternity care that, you know, babies needed a little bit of bum cream.
Yes.
So,
Like aisle space, like that kind of stuff, eh?
yes, yes.
Okay, yes.
Okay, well, like, you know, I'm having a boy and I don't want to just rub any old bum cream
Right.
on him because, you know, I don't want to mess with his,
Of course.
you know, fertility in the future.
You know?
And, right? So I was like, there's got to be a natural bum cream out there that I can make. So I went down to Kensington Market, bought myself some zinc powder.
Nice.
And some calendula. Both of
Okay.
them have really great properties in, well, like the zinc's really good for like trapping any bacteria and keeping skin protected. And calendula is really like a nice healer of skin and really good at fighting like any kind of bacteria that's on the skin. So I combined the two of them together and made a really cool bum cream. Now it didn't come out perfect at first.
That's okay.
But I worked at it, right?
Right.
It was a thing. So
good for you.
I would say that was my first in terms of in adult, right before I had kids. But I've always been creating like remedies. I mean, I would go in the backyard and pick things, and my mom would say,
I love that.
Stop going in the backyard. You're gonna pick something one day and it's gonna kill you.
It's gonna bite you. Our lovely West Indian parents who we love so much, but yeah, okay.
Right. So, and my mom had rose bushes, so I would like pick petals from them.
Oh my God, that's actually pretty cool.
I make like a rose oil, not even knowing it, and
I love that.
On my skin, feel fancy. You know?
You see, people don't know these things. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. And it's good that you have your business because you can totally explain this as well, right? Like, a lot of people are not aware of natural products. You know, a lot of people are not aware that dandelion is good for basically draining yourself out. Like, these are things that we're supposed to know, but we don't know because I feel like, you know, there's so many pharmaceuticals and there's so many easy way outs. You know what I'm saying? And we need more, I feel like, natural businesses like yours and products like yours. What's your favorite product to make thus far right now?
Oh, I would say my favorite product. Oh man, oh that's tough. Okay.
Welcome to Chronicles, man.
I would say my favorite is Yoni steams because it's my love. It holds a special place in my heart.
I love it.
I healed myself with them, and that's why it really like sticks with me so much. Like, and I take a lot of care in making them. I don't just like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna purchase something pre-combined. No, I combine my own ingredients for exactly what is needed and really make something that I send out with a lot of love, a lot of intention, and a lot of knowledge, right? So I would say that's my favorite. I love everything that I make and everything with the world, but Yoni steams are really like my heart.
You know, I got excited for that because I have a fibroid, okay? One large one and small little ones. And I was recently told that they're not going to be able to take them out because there will be too much blood release. But I don't really, I'm going to get a second opinion, let's just say. Okay? But I do know that Yoni steams help. And I think that I'll be honest with you and, you know, the audience, I don't want to go under the knife. So I am looking for like natural ways and stuff like that. I've changed my diet. I've done several different things, but I also know that helps. And again, we as melanated women, we are the ones who suffered with fibroids the most. And, you know, it's like, okay, so what else can we do besides get a myomectomy, right? Because that would be the first thing. Or I'm just going to share with you what the doctor said. I was going to share this with my audience. Anyway, so I'm 35 years old and the doctor told me that we could do 3 things. A, we could put you in menopause as of tomorrow. No, thanks. B, we can stick something in your arteries so that the blood stops flowing to your fibroid. Okay. And 3, you know what 3 is, the big H. We can give you a hysterectomy.
Yes.
No. I want none of it. I want absolutely none of it. So now that pardon?
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I feel like, especially for us melanated women, why is the first recommendation for us to go under the knife? Or why are we starving our organs?
The blood, exactly.
Why are we starving it when our blood is what needs to be circulated to heal?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
and if you think of what, like, you know, if you think of fibroid and, you know, if you think of it as an obstruction of in your pipes, right? So there's like something obstructing your pipe. Blood flow's already not going there. So what do you think is going to happen? Why are we obstructing more blood flow?
Why am I touching it at all? At all? You know what I mean? So I've been on my journey to fight them and, you know, get them out, or at least shrink them until I do, you know, get to menopause. But the thing is, like you said, it's always a hysterectomy. And you know what's so funny, Sheena? The woman was like, the doctor was like, are you sure you don't want to have a hysterectomy? It's 4 times this woman has asked me in a year and a half if I don't want a hysterectomy. It's like she'll call on a conversation, hey Trish, want a hysterectomy? It's like, well, no.
Is this on your grocery list now? Is this your grocery list to call me?
Are you serious? Do you have my number on speed dial to be calling me to ask me for a hysterectomy all the time? Like, I don't want one. It's almost like she's trying to convince me to have one. I don't have children, but I don't know what the future would hold either. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's like, you know, there's so many women, us melanated women, again, we go through the most problems when it comes to being under the knife and so forth. So for me to be having something injected into my arteries and all that, I'm not with the stuff. I'm absolutely not with it.
I don't know if you've seen the little blurb that I shared about my experience with an OBGYN.
Please share it. I would love for you to.
Right. So first visit to his office, you know, he's doing his once over on me. He hasn't touched me.
Okay.
I just expressed to him that I've had irregular cycles. I was very young. This was pre-kids. And I'm like, why am I having irregular cycles? I'm a young, healthy woman. I'm active. What is the issue?
Right. What's going on?
Right. And he's going through his questionnaire, you know, asking about my sexual health and everything like that. And also just peering over his glasses, you know, very
that's it. Okay, yes.
Very judgy, you know, very father.
Oh, right? I know, yes.
Right. And he's like, well, do you have fibroids? And I'm like, no, I don't have fibroids. He's like, you sure you don't have fibroids? I'm like, no. Why do you ask? He's like, because you'll probably have them in your lifetime. If you don't have them now, you're going to have them eventually. So I had to like stop the whole interview, and I said to him, well, what do you mean I'll have them?
Right. Where'd that come from?
Like, as long as you're a Caribbean or African descent, it's almost guaranteed that you will have fibroids. And I said, okay, well then why? Right? He said, well, think about where your origin is from. You are from a place that is filled with sunshine. Almost 80% of your day, you are in sunshine. Right? And then you have migrated, your ancestors, or not your ancestors, because your ancestors would be still within your Caribbean sunshine, you know, countries. But then you've had parents who have migrated here, then you've migrated here, and you've literally snatched your lifeline away, which is the sunshine.
Okay.
So he said that deprivation has put your body pretty much into like a shock form, and now it triggers you. So you're in our DNA, we have lights on and lights off. Okay. Lights on are called our expressive genes, right? Those things that, you know, we see, this is what makes our hair color, right? What makes our eye color, those are expressive genes, right? But then we also have those lights off genes that kind of sit dormant, and it needs something to turn the lights on.
Got it.
It could be trauma, it could be a medication, and here we are, we're taking the sun away, and that's that part of our gene that turns on that inevitability of us having fibroids, especially if it's quote unquote what they say passes through your family. So,
understood.
History of that.
Right? Interesting. Now, did you end up having fibroids though?
No, because I was like, sir, I will not. I will not. From that day,
like I totally get what he's saying, but I'm not in agreement with it. You know what I mean?
I'm not in agreement with it, but it really turned the light on for a lot of other things that I was experiencing. I did have cysts on my ovaries.
Okay.
And I would experience them the worst in the wintertime.
Ooh.
And so it really, turned on my
something,
right? To saying to me, well, why do I experience it worse in like January, February? I doubled over in pain from this on my ovaries, and causing irregular cycles and everything like that. Even after having my daughter, I was like my periods were so heavy, they were flooding. So in my thought process, in my mind, I had to heal this. I had to figure out a way myself, other than birth control, you know, because
because that's the other go-to. Yes,
right?
absolutely. Yes.
Other than birth control, other than going under the knife, how am I going to do this for myself? Because there has to be a way. In my mind, there has to be a way. There's got to be another way. And I always think back, I'm like, how did like our grandmothers do this? Our great grandmothers, they must have experienced these same things, but no one really talked about it because, you know, God forbid we speak about the womb out loud.
Oh goodness, yes, absolutely.
So those things maybe have been lost in
speech
and in, you know, whispers. I call them, you know, secrets lost in the whispers.
Of course, right, right.
We're too busy whispering it and don't let the kids hear.
Oh God, that's another. You're coming back on Coffee Chronicles. We have a lot to talk about. Because it's so true. Like, we're so taught not to speak about things that we should speak about, that it goes unspoken of, and then after it ruins you in the end. You know, this is all also traumas too. This is also the licks that they used to receive, our parents, our grandparents, the child abuse, like in terms of rape and sexual and stuff like that. These are things that they had to keep in to protect, to not say anything. And sometimes too, we don't even know if our grandmothers were depressed when they were sleeping or when they didn't answer the phone because they didn't even like talk about it, or they couldn't because they were taught to be so strong. No, man, we gotta kill that mentality now, because honestly, it's actually killing people, you know, mental health wise. And again, you're seeing health wise is too, you know, we're not talking about the womb. So it's so damaged, you know what I'm saying? So women are having hysterectomies because they never talked about this stuff. But now I'm happy there's people like you, girl. I'm happy.
You gotta think about where you hold your emotions, right? Like,
yes,
you know,
that's it, your womb. Yeah.
Right. We know physically what our womb does for us, but where are we holding these emotions? Like, immediately if something shocks you, you feel it in your chest.
Of course.
But then you progress onto this belly ache, this lower belly ache.
Right.
And people are like, oh, my stomach feels upset. I feel nauseous.
Right.
But if you are literally trapping those emotions in your womb.
Right.
And what you're saying to your womb at that time is that you don't matter, right?
Exactly.
And also your body says, you're going through a stressful experience. Your brain says you're going through a stressful experience. You have no business having a baby, but your heart and your vital organs all need the attention right now. So it diverts. So it's almost like it puts your womb in the freezer so that it can, you know, take care of those other vital organs like your heart, your liver, your kidneys, and make sure those are functioning. And your womb is just out there in the cold.
Jeez Louise. Things that we should be educated on at all times.
Absolutely.
At all times. Now, when you said you prepare everything with care, and I can tell by the way that you speak that you do, because you have a love for what you do. You can hear it when you speak, which is awesome. I love that. Do you educate women on these stuff in any way? I mean, other than your posts and stuff like that, do you do webinars? Do you do anything of that nature?
So that's where I'm progressing to, because I've been creating the themes, and there was still a part of me saying, you're missing the point, Sheena. You're missing the point. And I always feel like, you know, this may sound a little bit woo-woo, but we always have a connection to spirit who's leading us and guiding us and telling us what to do, right? So I've been creating the themes. They've been doing well. You know, people are buying them and they're really like working. I've gotten some amazing reviews and it warms my heart. But in the background, I'm hearing, you're missing the point, Sheena. You're missing the point.
Yes, and we have to listen to that, Sheena. You know, you have to listen to that thing.
So that says to me that there is a space. There is women who need, more than anything else, product. They need the education. They need to understand the why behind it. Just the way I asked the why, they need to be able to also pass this on to their daughters, their sons, so that they're
thank you, girl. Preach.
Right? So listen, man, I have both. I have a son and a daughter, and I have very candid discussions with them. They probably know, they could probably teach a class about periods and wombs.
But that's good. That's good. How old are they, if you don't mind me asking?
My son is 11 and my daughter is 8.
Beautiful.
So she's very well aware of what a period is. She's excited to one day steam and things like that. So
what? That's good.
She's very much in the know, very intuitive about her body.
Great.
And you know, I'm very open, very candid, because I feel like too much lost in the secrets of whispers.
Trust me. Along the lines. I like how you said you set up your son to know these things as well.
He has to.
I think that is such an amazing breakthrough, because again, a lot of boys, men are not familiar, even though they've grown up with mothers and sisters and stuff like that. Yes, they can only know to a certain extent, but a lot of them just don't know what that feeling is like for 7 days out of every month. You know what I'm saying? That cramp, that back, the breasts are hurting, you're getting a headache, you're moody and stuff like that. And it's like, you must be on your period. Yes, I am. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir, I am. You know,
yes, I am.
I'm bleeding a lot. And it's good that, you know, you set yourself up to know, yes, that women are going to feel like this 1 week out of the month. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be very bad. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, you just give him those tools for life. And I think that's going to make him an awesome man. You know, it's going to make him an amazing man.
Honestly, I feel like if you have a man in your life, whether it's a friend or a significant other, and they don't know what's going on with their friend's body, then why are we here?
Why are we here? Exactly. And the thing is too, we have to grow past, a lot of men as well have to grow past the fact that a period is nasty. They have to grow past that stuff because, or there's a stain on the bed. It happens, we spill, we leak, things like that happen. You know, I've known people to say, ew, it's gross. I almost got charged at an Airbnb for that. I'm very, very serious back in 2017.
So I always ask, how is that different from a nosebleed?
That's what I said. I was like, you guys are discriminating against women. What are you talking about? Like, I mean, it was that time of the month for me. I didn't know it was coming. It was coming the next week. You know, sometimes it changes. And this is what happened. They were about to charge me $85, but I was like, listen, I want to make a super complaint that you guys are sexist, and that's it. And then after it didn't end up happening.
And you've already been charged a cleaning fee in your Airbnb price. So there's that.
Thank you. You know, I'm just like, okay, it was very disgusting, actually.
The way people don't understand that, and that's the kind of narrative that I want to diminish, and also, you know, come from a presence with the language to my kids that this is a tender moment, right? And this is, I told my son, I said, if a woman's talking about her period and she's experiencing her period, know that that's a healthy woman.
Okay, thank you very much.
I mean, there are alterations to the rule where, you know, we hear athletes don't have periods and things like that.
I know.
For the general consensus, a woman who's experiencing her period is a healthy woman.
Absolutely.
Her body understands exactly what it's doing and doing what it needs to do to support its reproductive cycle.
Absolutely. So, that's it.
Right. So, you know, there's many, in the future, he'll learn the exceptions to the rules and things like that. But for the most part, I want him to understand that this is a positive experience. This is a necessary experience. And it's a tender moment, right? And it's a moment where you can care for a friend, care for your spouse.
Trust me.
Do something nice for them at that time.
Assist them during that time. Absolutely. Again, I think that's a preparation for success, to be honest. Speaking of successes, how has business been for you since the pandemic has sprung upon us?
So what's lovely about it is that a lot of women slide in my DMs and they've got a lot of questions. So we've been having amazing discussions in the background. So I always say to everyone, I wish you could see my DMs because it is on fire.
I believe you. I believe you.
I can sit down on my couch, fold my legs, and
just answer everybody. I love that.
Deep discussion. And it's beautiful because I'm connecting with women who have never seen, or maybe I have seen them, I don't know, right? But we are having these really like growing discussions that are talking about healing and, you know, simple things that they're doing, things that they're experiencing. And I feel so honored that they feel that they trust me to share a lot like they're experiencing, what they're going through personally. It's very magical to me.
That's good.
And so in that aspect, I'm having lots of conversations. Now, that's not really a business that I monetize because I feel like advice and helping people is a part of what I've signed up for.
Right, exactly. But especially that you have to like your posts and stuff. I don't know if anybody can see that. Is that me? Uh-oh. Hold on, sorry. It kind of, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you because it stopped my internet. Sorry guys, this is live Coffee Chronicles. I was just gonna say, especially, I don't know if you can see that, but especially since you have like your positive quotes on there too. I think that that's instrumental, you know, in you helping and stuff like that. I think that's really good. And you make it easy for people to speak to you because you come open, you know what I mean? You're not attacking. And I find, I'm gonna break this with you too, because I find that there are many, you know, on Instagram, on Facebook and stuff like that. They say that they're in the same line of business as you, yet they come off attacking. I don't know if you've ever come across that or anything like that, but it's like, don't. And it's like, Whoa, I don't feel to speak to you.
Yeah, can we talk about that for a second? Just like that is very, very important for me, where I ensure, like, it is a conscious effort for me to not point the finger. Because
Thank
the
you.
moment you point the finger, you could be speaking to someone's experience, their exact experience. The moment you say don't, you know, it's like, hi, are you calling me out? You know what I
Thank
mean?
you. Thank you
And
very
I
much.
mean, I haven't been perfect my whole life. I like a lot of changes I've made have been recently, you know, because you come into an awareness. So I feel like everyone has their stage in which they come to an awareness about one specific thing. And we
Right.
have to be forgiving to people. We have to be understanding of that. We
Right.
all are going to come to the same awareness at the same time. So we need to be gentle with people and ourselves,
I totally agree.
and respect that natural progression, right?
Exactly. You have to, and the thing is too, like you too, like you said, you've got to come from a place of understanding, because nobody starts off perfect and nobody starts off knowing, you know what I'm saying? And technically in life, like what I've learned too during this whole thing is like, nobody's right, where everyone's doing what's right for them. You know what I'm saying? So if someone's right is, you know, how they do it, it doesn't mean it's necessarily going to work for you. You can always approach by helping, but there's also a way to do that in words that can, you know, have them be attracted to you. You know what I'm saying? So there's been so many times that I'm looking at, you know, wellness people and, you know, people who have, you know, dietary, you know, like stuff like that. And sometimes you're watching it and it's like, geez, Louise, you know, I can't even talk to, I feel like I can't speak to this person because their dietary restrictions are so harsh against what I'm trying to, you know, do. And it feels really attacking. And it's just like, I don't like that. I can't stand that at all.
I really despise when people are like, don't do this and don't do that. And you know, you're killing yourself and this and that. And you know, for me, that all it does is stir anxiety.
Thank you.
And I like to come from a place, let me share with you my story and what I've done. And let me see if that will help you in some way or shape or form. And did you know? No, you didn't know. Well, here what I'm going to tell you. Because
I'm going to tell you. And then you take it, you apply it to your life in your way, because essentially, yes, we're all different, but we're also different on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's body DNA is the same. A lot of the stuff that we deal with is hereditary and things like that. So, you know, it may take longer for us to deal with certain things, you know, dietary wise, body wise, anything, you know. So I feel like I like that you come from a place of understanding. You say, here's how I did this. You're not like pointing the finger. You're not saying stop. You're not saying don't. And those are negative words, to be honest. Like those are negative words. And it's just like, as a coach or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Like someone that people look up to, you have to watch your words. You have to mind what you're saying sometimes, because sometimes
and it really, all it does is stir anxiety when
oh,
you think
it sure does.
what
It sure does.
It's stirring anxiety and making the person feel like, wow, gosh, I've been doing this wrong my whole life.
Exactly.
Oh, man,
Exactly.
you know?
For depression. Do we need the extra depression? No.
And I want people to feel like, okay, I haven't been doing this all my life, but guess what? I'm about to turn this page to a beautiful new chapter, and my future is about to be so exciting. That's the intention I want people to come from, instead of me saying don't. Because listen, I'm living in a glass house, and I'm sure not going to throw any stones.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So business wise, you said that you've gotten like more people asking questions, more conversations and things like that. And going forward, what's next for the business for you?
So I feel like those connecting with women in an educational space, providing them with education about health, about improving their health, about simple things that they can integrate, how to make their own Yoni steams at home with simple tools, things like that. That is the area in which I'm coming from, because I'm seeing the conversations that I can't tell you. At least right now, there's at least 10 or 12 women in my DMs talking about fibroids. And it's scary for me. It is scary for me that we're dealing with this still. Like I've overheard these conversations in my mom's days when she was in her 30s and I was little with her friends, and we are still dealing with this. So, you know, I know I'm one person, but I feel like if I educate more and more people and have a discussion about, have a discussion about these things that are plaguing our community, our collective, and impacting us, especially Caribbean women, what practices, what did we miss? What
Right.
can we introduce that can help change the trajectory, maybe for our daughters, maybe for our granddaughters and great
Right.
to come, right?
Absolutely.
So I just feel like education. I already, like, I teach nursing students
Nice.
as well. So, and that's kind of already a part of the formula of who I am.
Love it.
So educating women about what I love, which is that natural side,
Mhm.
it's I feel like it's inevitable. So yeah.
Okay, I love that. So how do you battle, because you are a nurse, a registered nurse,
Yeah.
how do you battle between like pharmaceutical and natural
Mm.
when it comes to medication, when it comes to, different, like, you made your own aisle space, I'll call it, you know what I'm saying? How do you deal with that battle, go about that in your daily life?
I feel like everything has its place, and we
Hmm.
have to understand that and compartmentalize things as such. If I have a severe infection, I'm not going to go and take a spoon of honey because I know how a severe infection can progress very quickly.
Okay.
I will go and seek medical attention.
Hmm.
With that being said, now if I have to go and seek medical attention and they've given me an antibiotic per se, I will take my antibiotics,
Okay.
right?
All
But
right.
bet your bottom dollar, I am introducing some type of natural remedy at the end of that cycle to detox my body.
Got you
Because
from that. Hmm.
some people don't realize that antibiotics live in our bodies for up to 6 to 8 months after we've taken it.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's not done. It's
Boy,
not done.
I did not know that. That's wow. That's good news. Thank you for opening my eyes. I honestly
Right?
did not know that. Okay.
Yeah. And there's some really powerful ones that you may take the antibiotic for about 1 or 2 days and you're like, oh, that was a quick one. No, no, no. Those are the ones that are living the longest in our body for a long period of time.
Wow.
So when women are saying, well, I'm having recurrent yeast infections, I'm having recurrent this, recurrent that, it's
Mhm.
because that antibiotic is still living in your body. So with my knowledge of that, I am making sure that I combat it with something natural. Now, on the top end of that is I always handle my body as though that something could be coming, right?
Okay.
Because we know that we are humans, we interact in spaces where
Right.
we come in contact with things like, I mean, COVID is its own
Oh yeah.
entity,
Mhm.
but before COVID, we were always coming in contact with things. So, me working in the hospital, I knew I'd come in contact with bacteria,
Of course.
viruses.
Yes.
So I
Right.
needed to make sure my defenses were up. I made sure, I'm taking my natural supplements, my
Good.
spirulina, I'm drinking my teas to make sure that my defenses are kept up and, I have a good, strong immune system, taking, herbs that support my immune system.
Mhm.
So that's where, when I'm looking at, how medical and natural, they both have their place.
Okay.
You just have to decide when it is
Got
that
you.
we are using them. I will never bash the medical world because of the fact that it serves a place. It's probably saved one of our family members' lives at some point
Absolutely.
in
Yeah,
time.
absolutely. I hear you on that. So we're gonna turn it into a little fun, like I told you before. Just ask
Yeah.
you a few questions, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so the first one is when you're creating, in your creative mode, right? What are you listening to in your house?
Woo!
What's going on? What's in your headphones? What's on your iPhone, your Android, your computer? What's on YouTube or whatever, Spotify or whatever? What's on for you?
Well, oh my goodness, that's okay. So it really depends on what I'm creating and what the vibe that I feel. I always go off
Okay.
of my vibe.
All right.
So oh boy, I don't know if you saw, I also create smudge bundles, right?
I just looked. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so usually I will, for those, because I want to infuse a feeling in them. It's more than just I'm
Mhm.
gonna light this bundle and go around my house.
Exactly. Yes.
A feeling into them. So
Right.
I usually have like some good slow tunes on, things that create a mood for me.
All right. Name me a song, Sheena. Name me a song, sis.
I'm definitely listening to Snow Allegra.
Okay. Okay.
Anything,
Okay.
anything Snow Allegra, anything her,
Her.
some
Her.
Summer Walker.
Yes.
Yeah, it just depends on the vibe. Now I could be creating, and then I will have a whole Chronicles playlist going.
Okay. Don't
Right.
stack sweet with me, sis. Don't start stacking
Skanking sweet.
sweets, right? Okay.
So I
I
could
love
have
that.
Jesse Royal playing. I could
Okay.
have right. I could have some Jacure.
Okay.
I could have some Shensia.
Hey.
It's a vibe, and I always pay attention to the vibe because
Mm-hmm.
I'll just turn on a shuffle and I'll see what the first song that comes
Right.
on. And I'm like, oh, okay, Spirit, that's the vibe you
This is
want.
what we're going with today.
Oh,
Okay.
All right. Here we are. You know what I mean? But like, we are creatures of habit, right? So like our Saturday and Sunday mornings, like I will immediately probably turn on reggae music. That's
Of course. Yes.
it's a space of comfort for me. So if I ever am feeling anxious and I'm about to create something and I need to calm all the way down, I probably will first turn on Garnet Silk.
Hey.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay.
For sure.
I
feel like in my past life I was a Rasta man.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna come back as an old Trinity man. That's why I always say that. I was just like,
Right.
I like my soca reggae a little bit too much. You know what
right,
I'm
saying? Right.
Who was I? And I really do believe in that stuff because of some of my mannerisms. I'm like, oh, Trish, whoa, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? I don't know
who are you, right?
Like, who am I though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like big gunman tunes and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, oh, Trish, calm down. You know,
yes.
are you wearing that nice dress? You know.
Honestly, that's exactly how I feel. Like, who am I? Who is this woman? The way I connect to a Rasta experience is just it's
something else, eh? And you don't have to dread to be Rasta, as we all know.
You don't.
As we all know, so perhaps you and I were dreads in the past life, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know. We have absolutely no idea.
I just feel like, every time, like, I go to Jamaica often, so every time I'm there, I just feel like, a Rasta man has always brought me so much knowledge. I'm older men. They always, they live off the earth, and they're just so rich to me in personality and in knowledge, and I live for that. So that's kind of where my vibe is. That's why that's the kind of music I'll connect to first. Like that. So just need to calm all the way down.
I like that. Okay, next question. I don't know your situation, dating, married, or whatever. But just you're married?
Yes.
Beautiful. Black love is real. All right. So, let's just say you're dating. We're gonna go backwards, okay?
Sure.
So say you're dating, and that same person, you know what I'm saying, and they come to pick you up. You know what I mean? And this person's mother is in the front seat. Okay, you're only dating, you're not married yet. Does she have to move and go in the back, or are you going in the back?
naturally, because my parents have taught me to respect my elders. I'm gonna sit in the back because it's just a thing. Like, what am I gonna do? Pull up, open the front door, and say, "Hey, lady, kick it to the back."
Some women would, and that's why I asked the question, because we make such a big deal about the front seat. We do. And I just always want to know people's perspective on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yes.
But I am going to watch him sideways. I am going to watch him sideways. I'm going to say to him, like, from the time I get in the back seat, I'm adjusting.
You're adjusting. You're fixing your seatbelt more than once so that he can
aggressively. And I'm watching, because you did not tell me that this was a triple date. Okay,
thank you very much. And your mother is in the front. You know what I'm saying? You're like, excuse me, you know what I'm saying? Or you're there waiting for him to tell her, like, hello, sir, what's going on? Okay, so you have that. I think I would sit in the back too, but I would be grinding my teeth. I would be just as vexed as you. I would be texting him from the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, something would be going on where you didn't tell me, and like, what's happening? So I just feel like we make such a big deal about the front seat, but I understand why we do it. So it's exactly why I asked the question.
And I feel like if his mom's there and he never told me about it from before, something must be going on. She's not going to be up in the front seat for a long time.
Exactly.
Dropping her off somewhere. Something's happening. So
my thing is communicate though that your mother is coming.
Please.
Effective communication. Open your mouth and speak. You know what I'm saying? Please and thank you. That's all we ask as women. Effective communication, right?
Step outside the car before I even open the door and say, hey, mom is coming with us because of XYZ.
Exactly. And then we'll be good.
That's it.
And
honestly, I feel like moms are foundations for their sons.
Absolutely.
So I always welcome like a relationship with my significant other's mom. Like, I just feel like it's an important connection too.
It sure is. It sure is. is true. Like me date, I'm not married or anything, but me dating, I realized like through my whole dating life, if a man doesn't have a healthy relationship with his mother, it may be signs of a red flag within him. You know, not always, but sometimes. You know what I mean? So that's one thing, and I like that you said that. You know, you welcome a healthy relationship because again, that's another thing that's needed. Any man, you know what I'm saying? You need a healthy relationship with your mother at the very least. Fathers, mother, that's who birthed you. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm always curious about that, because if you don't like your mom,
right? How do you feel about other women then?
Right. You've got some things to work through. Do I want to be there for you to work through them?
Okay. Maybe it opens a whole wide other. You got to come back on Coffee Chronicles. You got to come back on Coffee Chronicles.
I'm here.
Oh my God! Tell the people where to find you and what else you got going on coming up.
So I am the Remedy Zone on Instagram. You can find me there all the time. Amen. I'm probably going to start up a Twitter account and a webpage all at the same time. But if you need to find me, I'm the Remedy Zone on Instagram. Email is the same. theremeyzone@gmail.com. You can email me, DM me, whatever you please. I welcome, our beautiful Black women to really receive this knowledge.
Amen. Amen. Sheena, thank you so much for being a part of Coffee Chronicles today. I totally appreciate you. I'll be hitting you up for some Yoni steam. I need to know how to make my own and stuff like that, but I do often come to Toronto. But anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. Guys, this is another episode of Coffee Chronicles. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to follow me at All Things Miss Trish for all the things that I'm doing. And you can follow me and subscribe to my YouTube at I Am Miss Trish TV. Later. Okay, we are good.